So I put it in a bowl now, a bigger bowl. And secondly, oh yeah, it is sour. Smell it.
Good.
So those are my 2 reports.
So what we're gonna do today, ladies, we're gonna throw away half of our starter.
Okay.
So
like half? How much?
Half of it.
Oh, half of it. Okay, shit.
Half of it gets dumped into the garbage.
Okay, cool.
And the other half is gonna go in a bowl. And we're gonna feed it.
Do this over here. Okay.
But those yeasties are starting to get very hungry.
And stinky.
And stinky, yeah. Isn't it amazing just how much yeast you have, wild yeast in the flour and in the air in your house?
Ugh, stink. Dude, and it's sticky as all hell.
Yeah.
God damn. Okay.
So, and when you look at it in the bowl, you'll see all of the bubbles that are starting to like accumulate in your sludge. So, like mine, you can see I've got like those fermentation bubbles there. You may or may not have that level of bubbling today. Val, did you get started one day late, or you started?
No, I just was like doing it like at 11:45 at night before I snack.
Perfect. I'm happy.
Because I fall asleep with the kids.
Right. I also fall asleep with my children, or did for a long time. How old are your kids?
13 and 7.
Yeah, okay. 7-year-olds love to.
You made the mistake of buying really good mattresses, so now I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay, so next step: 4 ounces of flour or 3/4 of a cup plus 2 tablespoons of flour into the half of this
again. Okay.
Saved. Yeah, I feel like the smartest thing my husband and I ever figured out, and we didn't figure it out till the kids were but just buy them king size beds, and then you fall asleep with them, and at least you're getting some rest.
And you have space.
And space, yeah, exactly.
How a 2? Wait, what was it again?
3/4 of a cup plus 2 tablespoons of flour.
3/4. Okay, sorry. You know us. You're gonna have to repeat it several times.
I feel like the more I repeat it, the more I remember it too, and that's really helpful.
And then a half a cup of water again.
Half a cup of water. Yep.
Okay. So is this kind of like the standard practice for like several days?
Yeah. So what you're going to find is once you make a starter, it's good, and it stays good as long as you feed it. So, you can make bread every day all winter with one starter.
Oh, wow.
And what I was doing this winter was like making a couple of loaves at a time, and then putting the starter in the refrigerator, and you just have to wait. If you're not going to use it for a while, you can keep it in the refrigerator well fed, and then dropping the temperature of the starter makes the yeast productivity slow down, so they don't need to eat nearly as much. And then you can just take them out of the fridge when you're ready to use them and wake them up, and with a couple days of feeding, and you'll be ready to bake bread again.
Wow. Okay, so, and this is how many times are you feeding it?
So we're gonna probably feed this for another days.
5 days?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Which will be great. And then we'll see where we're at 8 days. Some of us might be ready to bake bread. Some of us might not, but we're all gonna probably try to bake bread. And we might end up with a doorstop, but the trying is really fun because in trying and failing, you're actually like building your resilience and building your knowledge of like, oh, okay, I see it wasn't bubbly enough then. I do need to wait a couple more days. Last time we did this, we were able to make bread successfully. Almost everyone could make bread successfully at day 10. But there were some people making bread on day 6. You know, once your yeast is consistently doubling in size in 12-ish hours, and then it usually falls before you feed it. But if you're watching it rise to the top of your jar every day, consistently over like a 4 or 5 day period of time, then you know, like, okay, this bitch is ready to rock and roll. And so like what you saw today where yours like exploded out of the jar, that may not happen for a couple more days. Or you may find that it's going really good and you're just making your starter stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and then you can start baking with it.
Am I gonna need anything in particular when it comes to baking, like any kind of contraption or something to bake it when it comes to that? What am I baking it in?
So I use a cast iron, like Dutch oven.
Oh, good. I have one of those. Okay, cool.
One of those with a lid.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Don't have that though. You can absolutely bake it on a baking sheet.
Okay. Okay.
So my sister makes amazing bread just on a cookie sheet and with like a pan of water underneath the cookie sheet for steam.
Oh.
So we will do it with whatever you have in the house. And then if you fall in love with bread making and you decide you want to make a lot more bread, then you like buy the contraption and the bread proofing basket. But you don't need all of that stuff. You need like a dish towel, a big bowl, flour, water, salt, and then a baking sheet to bake on. Parchment paper is really good. If you have parchment paper, that's a really good thing to have, just simply because it helps you be able to like move your bread without. So that's the one special thing that I would say is really helpful.
Is that the same as like wax paper, or are they two different things?
They're different. So parchment paper you find in the same part of the grocery store as wax paper, but it is more. It doesn't have any wax on it, so you don't risk. You're baking at 500 degrees, the hottest that your oven goes, and so wax paper is going to melt all over the place. Whereas the parchment paper browns up, like it gets cooked, but it allows for easy transfer of your bread. It allows for things to come. It comes off of your bread really easily, whereas wax paper would get stuck and there'd be pieces. So that's the only thing that I would do. But we're just meeting here at 6:30 every night for the foreseeable future.
So is that it?
That's it. So cover it and put it back in its warm place. Sabrina, it sounds like yours was in the perfect spot. Jenna, how did yours look today?
It was sorry, I still have, it's very loud back in the background here. It looked better. It looks like it's doing something. Awesome. It wasn't exploding out of the top of the jar, but it was more robust than yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. And we might move into a stall for the next couple of days. So you may be really disappointed in your starter and more than anything yourself. And there's no need to be disappointed in either your starter or yourself for the next couple of days if it's not doing big things. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing, and we're gonna get there.
Cool.
Awesome.
I'm excited. Cheers. All right, ciao, ladies. See you tomorrow.
Val,
bye, guys.
I'm so glad you joined.
Yes, I put my time on.
Bye, guys.
Bye.